the Steele Rabbit Podcast. I'm just a snow bunny, your guide on this unfiltered journey through the realms of adult intimacy and relationships. Get ready for bold conversations, candid stories, and a dash of humour as we navigate the complexities of desire together. Embrace the sensual, the provocative, and the unexpected. This is a space where nothing is off limits and where we celebrate the diverse landscapes of human connection. Let's dive deep into the world of passion and pleasure.
Welcome to the Steele Rabbit Podcast. I'm Johnny Steele, and I'm sitting here with Just a Snow Bunny. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me, even though I live here.
This actually isn't our first podcast together. We've done this before as a duo, as co-hosts, as a couple, and we're here to do it again.
No better standard, but we'll still
Doesn't mean it's going to be better. It just means it's going to be different. So the listeners don't know us really on any personal level, so walk through a little bit about us and who we are.
Well, we met on Instagram, and you ended up over in Australia after we talked for, well, it's 7 years now.
Yep.
Married for 6. Is that right? Yeah, we got married in 2010.
Yeah, nearly 6.
Yeah, so we're in an open relationship.
You know, some people react negatively to it. Some people also react well to it, and they're almost intrigued by it, and they have lots of questions, and they just want to know how it works, how we work, because not every relationship has the same dynamics as us.
No. And I think I don't feel bad, I don't feel weird about people that find this uncomfortable, because I understand their point of view as well.
That's exactly it. This is not something that's accepted by the everyday
people. But I think a lot of it is that they probably are quite jealous people and know that it wouldn't work for their relationship. So they are confused by the fact that it works for us.
I also sometimes think it's people that are mad because
they can't do it. And
they're gonna never, be in that kind of situation where that relationship or that opportunity is going to be presented. So I think that a lot of it is just like this weird, angry, jealousy, hatery bullshit.
Well, I still don't hold it against them. That's
why they're mad.
Always on fire.
We reached out to Just a Snow Bunny's followers, and we asked them if there were any questions that they had for her. Here are some of the questions that we've received.
Ooh, how exciting.
What controversies do you and your partner believe are unfair misconceptions of the Snow Bunny / Queen of Spades lifestyle?
I reckon probably a lot of people seem to think that I just want dick and any dick, and that I don't have standards. It's just like if you were to be going dating or whatever, you're looking for a certain type of person. So when I get people getting upset that I'm not into them, it's like, yeah, but, you're not into everybody you meet. And I think it's, unfair. People seem to think that I'm mad for cock, and it doesn't matter what it's attached to.
Yeah, I agree. It's the same thing. It's not even just the guys. It's the women that do the same thing on the dating websites and all of that nonsense as well. Because sometimes you can think the person is attractive, and then you have a conversation with them, and then in that first 5 minutes you kind of know that it's not going anywhere, but they're still into you, and I feel like a lot of people can't handle the rejection.
Yeah, so, I don't know, that's...
Like, we honestly say no more than we say yes. We both turn down people constantly.
We're doing it for fun and because we like, connecting with people, and if it's someone that you're not going to connect with, or that you're not attracted to,
right?
Why would you do that?
What's the point?
There's no point.
No point.
But a lot of swinger couples, I don't know, they're just like, oh, meet us at this hotel at this time. And it's like, what? Hi.
It's like, yeah,
How you going?
we haven't even hardly introduced ourselves. And they're like, so when did you guys want to link up and do this? And it's just like, bro, you need to calm down. Like, we've been chatting for 3 minutes.
It's like you're meant to be a guaranteed fuck.
Yeah, that's what I don't like about it, is everybody assumes that it's just like a guaranteed hookup. And it's so fucking annoying.
And that you're an nymphomaniac. And that, I guess, in regards to BBC Queen, that you're only into BBC. My husband's white.
You can probably tell.
I don't know, some. But yeah, that's all I'm into. Which, I mean, in this regard, in regards to stepping outside my relationship, then yeah, I do prefer BBC. But I mean, I'm open. There's just not a lot of white guys that I'm interested in because I've got the best white guy there is.
Goddamn right. Another one I wanted to speak on. Another one, I think that the whole cuckold thing, they assume that every single white couple, that the woman is a snow bunny or, into that whole shit, that the husband is wearing fucking cock cages and shit, and it's just like, this, they could not, we are not that couple.
We are
just not, we have an actual just open relationship. We both kind of do our own thing, but at the same time, we both sometimes come together and do stuff together. But it's not like...
It's not like you're my submissive or...
No, like, I get that some people are into that. We're not shitting all over that. It's just, that is not even remotely the...
No. Not at all. And if you're there, you're either...
Honestly, if I'm there...
off or you're involved.
Or I'm either involved or I'm probably photographing
filming
it.
and photographing.
See, that's the thing. A lot of times I'm there because I'm the behind the scenes guy.
I'm capturing the content that I'm creating.
That's right. So let's go on to the next one here.
Okay.
How did you and your hubby get into swinging? That's the thing. I wouldn't really say we're swingers.
No, I wouldn't say we're swingers. We get approached by a lot of swingers. I don't know, we
consider ourselves literally an open relationship.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, open relationship. And how we got into that was, well, I guess you started suggesting it.
Yeah.
And
years ago, though.
Yeah, and then, I don't know, he wore me down, he gaslighted me, and here we are. No, I
was
don't know.
like,
it was just...
this is what's happening, or,
like it or lump it.
Yeah.
No, so yeah, I don't know, we talked about it a lot. It was a long discussion.
And initially, that's the thing though, initially, we did talk about swinging, and that's what I think kind of started all of it. And then, talking to a lot of swingers...
It put us off that.
It's seriously... It's exhausting. Not obviously all of the swingers,
no.
because we've met some cool people along the way and chatted with some cool
100%.
people, but like the majority turn you off to the whole thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are far older couples than us, and we already kind of feel like we're
old
on our deathbed, at like 40.
I'm like, my hips clicking. What are these people going to sound like?
That's exactly it. And though their level of rejection is sometimes worse than the younger kids.
Their level of acceptance of rejection.
Yeah. That's what it is. So they get angry a lot quicker. They'll start, like, one time a woman actually started like verbally assaulting me, telling me, your wife probably doesn't see any of these messages. You need to let her decide and all this. And it's just like,
oh no, my decision was made.
It's like, bro, your husband's terrifying looking. You are a 2, and I mean shit. Not, out of 10. And it's... No.
But anyway,
never going to happen.
In answer to the question... Yeah, Johnny just... Yeah, we kept talking about it. I think we saw an episode of the TV series You, where they delved into it.
That's how I think that we ended up talking about it again years later. Because, like, we discussed it still here and there, but it never amounted to anything. We're just like, we just, the timing wasn't right with so many aspects of our life.
And then I think you downloaded Tinder and you started
Yeah, because the whole
meeting people on Tinder.
the whole swinger thing just was not
Yeah.
going to be our thing.
And then you actually met someone pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And yeah, hooked up with them. And that was pretty much it. It was fairly organic, but we had to get to a point in our relationship where there wasn't going to be that jealousy.
And that's the thing, because
there was going to be trust.
the difference between, swinging and an open relationship is swinging, more than likely your partner's going to be there. Open relationship, we're off sometimes doing our own thing without the other person entirely, which can create all kinds of issues if you have a very insecure relationship.
Yeah, whereas we're just like, I'm like, go off. I've dropped you off and picked you up from appointments.
That's straight facts.
It was raining. I couldn't let him ride his motorbike.
Nonetheless, shout out to Wife of the Year. So we have another one here. Another question. What's the best approach for a single white guy to find a white woman who would be into this lifestyle/dynamic? And how/when would this subject be brought up?
Okay. Ooh, two-part question.
Two-part question.
Well, I'll start with the first
We'll start
part.
with the first part. You need me to read
how to find a white woman for a white man that would be into
the lifestyle.
No, would it be as in BBC? As in Snow Bunny? Okay, so I don't even think I knew I was into BBC when we first met, so I don't know how we even gauged that one.
I think it's really hard for somebody to approach somebody else. Like, you feel,
Well, no.
I would feel like, unless the person has ever dropped hints or been, like, I mean, obviously, you don't know you like something till you
That's it.
try
But
it.
the BBC thing, it's got to be organic.
100%.
Although you did talk about it, he used to tease me all the time, saying that I love BBC. He even made me a mug that said BBC Queen, and I was like, "What are you? I don't know what you're talking about. Where does this even come from?"
And where did it come from?
Over the years, you wore me down
The
with
heart.
it. So he just knew. He knew in his heart of hearts what was in my heart of hearts. My black heart.
When you see films or TV or whatever,
And my eyes light up.
And your eyes light up differently for that opposed to the other. I don't want to say it's something that, I just noticed, but, like, it was pretty,
Anyway, so
you could tell.
I guess that you can't really go out looking for someone.
No.
Because I probably would never have thought of myself as, first of all, being in an open relationship, and secondly, being a snow bunny. And so for a guy to have approached me thinking ahead of that intention,
I feel like it would be very hard.
Yeah, so it really had to happen organically.
Is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. But it's just like, it's a really hard question to answer. Because everybody is different.
I know, and I was going to say, it's not like you can even go on, like, I guess, these social media platforms looking for snow bunnies, single snow bunnies. Do you know what I mean? Because they're probably not going to want to talk to you because you're white.
That's what I mean. Like, it's a crazy dynamic to.
So you need to find the girl before the snow bunny, but it needs to be in her. But I think a lot of women just really like big cock, and it tends to come with the.
But that's the thing. I don't think that necessarily. I feel like some of them would be just as happy if the guy was white.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily. I just think that it's more associated with.
That's right. I don't know, but I think for me also, it helps separate from the fact that you're my husband, and they're not. It's that, and that's not racist. That's just like, but it would be a very visual thing, and it's sort of poles apart. So it'd almost be like me if I was into girls.
Yeah.
And going off and doing girls. It's very separate to what I do with my husband. And that's how this feels as well.
And honestly, when the dynamic of the whole open relationship thing and with us, we are in this to do and get the things we don't get at home, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
Because it's like, if you're just doing this just to do this, like, what's the point? I know it sounds cool, like, being in an open relationship and you can hook up with whoever you want, whenever you want, but it's not, it gets old.
Unless you've got kids and then you've got no life and it's really hard and you've got to really figure this shit out.
Not like we know.
Not like...
Somebody told us or something. But it's definitely...
Yeah. But I don't know how you do it, to be honest. Like, dead honest. You just, it's luck. It's luck. It really is.
So the second part of the question was how, when would the subject be brought up? And I feel like...
It's not something you bring up early.
No. Unless you were watching, say, some interracial porn or something when you were about to,
You'd be like, oh, what do you think of that?
Would you ever be into that?
Yeah.
Then make a subtle,
But you
drop.
As we said, your relationship needs to be in a certain place.
Yeah.
It's not something you could do quickly. I'm sure it works for some people, but for us, for it to be sustainable, because, we're married, so we're in it for the long haul. You don't want to, it wasn't something we wanted to rush into, I guess. We both
and we
were
talked about
aware.
it, but neither of us really cared enough to...
But we also talked about the fact that we felt like we needed to be in a certain place in the relationship.
And here we are.
What's next? Is there more?
Yep, there's another one here. So what is the most...
I'm pretty impressed of all these questions. Go followers.
Yeah. What is the most exciting experience you've had as a couple?
Anytime that the kids aren't here and somebody takes the kids, we get to watch whatever we want on TV. Doesn't have to be kids' TV.
It's
we
like
can
heaven.
eat snacks. Is this what they're talking? They're not talking about this, are they?
They're not talking about this. I'm gonna have to cut you off.
They talk about it sexually, aren't they?
You know goddamn well there.
The most exciting time together. I don't know, because we probably both have very different opinions on that one. Like, what was your favourite?
What was your favourite?
Together. I don't know. Yep. We need a cricket's sound here.
Insert cricket noise.
It's not that there hasn't been... I'm literally trawling through, trying to think what would be the most exciting. Probably when me and another lady gave you that double blowjob day, and I think she ended up going down on me and using some toys on me, and there was lots of bits and pieces, but I don't know, I think it was it unexpected? I'll try that again. Was it unexpected? Because I think we hadn't planned for it.
No, it just kind of
happened
organically.
Once again, it's all about organics.
If you try to plan for this, it's never going to pan out the way you want it to, and it's gonna lose its shine. You're not gonna be as excited about it.
So yeah, I think that was probably because it was unexpected, and it was different, fun. I got to touch some boobies.
Yes, you did.
What about you?
No, I think that's a good one to actually, go with, because we haven't had heaps of swinger experiences together.
Yeah.
So it's just
couple experiences.
Or couple,
really.
couples experiences. So the stuff that we've done, either you've watched me just by chance,
or you've watched me.
Yeah. So it's
because you're filming or being the photographer.
Yeah.
It's actually
that's actually a good one then.
It's a bit sad that
It's just the way it's happened. It's not planned. It's just what happened.
But yeah, so I mean, obviously, we just I think we don't try too hard.
Yeah.
And that's probably why we
If you
haven't
have
got
any
a lot of
kind of-
exciting stories.
That's exactly it.
We've probably got plenty without each other.
We don't, right? We don't. Throughout the podcast, you'll hear some of our stories from dates and craziness and all of that. But for now, we're just here to answer questions. And we have another question here.
Another one?
There's a couple more.
Whew. All right.
How do you feel about being worshipped and getting white guys drooling about you getting fucked by a BBC. Well, they just straight up took it there, didn't they?
They did. I am an attention whore. I really enjoy attention. And it doesn't have to be like close-up attention. I'm happy for someone from the other side of the world to be thinking about me. So
for them to just...
I don't know if it's narcissism or...
A comment that says you got nice titties. That's what does it for you.
That's what does it for me. I just like attention. And yeah, maybe I don't answer that because once I've got the attention, that's like my bucket is full. You know? I'm good. I'm on my way. I'm sorry, people that don't get an answer, but you filled my bucket. And that's
but also,
almost as good as filling my pussy, is it not?
Is it not? Also, at the same time, you've got thousands of DMs, and another thing,
I have a lot of DMs.
That it's really hard to get through all of them and give people replies because you can only reply to so many realistically.
Exactly. I work full time. I have 2 children. I have a husband. I have a life. I like a lot of my alone time, and by alone time, I mean like not replying to DMs. I'm so sorry, people, but Mama needs to recharge her batteries. And not just for her vibrator, but my internal batteries. So if I don't reply, it's not that I'm not appreciative.
Or into you,
I just don't have the fucking time.
Exactly.
If I got more followers and I could like make money from this, yeah, sure. I'd have all the time in the world because that would be my job. But right now I do 40 hours of work a week away from home. Not including
and try
the
to take photos.
And try to take photos. And try
while
to
dealing with 2 children.
Post content and reply to DMs. And you've got kids climbing all over you, even though you've only got 2, but it feels like 53. Yeah, so it's a lot. Anyway, what was the question? Oh, yeah.
How do you feel about being worshipped by the white guys?
I don't know. Like, it's flattering for sure. I don't probably feel worthy of worship. Which is probably why I enjoy attention, because I probably have some self-esteem issues. Let's be real. So yeah, I guess, as I said, it's flattering. It is obviously a turn on to think that guys are kind of getting off on the fact that you're getting fucked by somebody. BBC, whatever it may be. So yeah, like obviously it's a turn on for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's levels to it. There's a lot of psychology to it, I guess. And it affects me in different ways, and they're the only 2 I can think of right now, but
And the last one. How come you don't show your entire face on your social media pages?
Because I look like Quasimodo. I'm hideously ugly.
To get the smudge eye, the hump in the
You ever
lump
looked
on
at
the
a
back.
Picasso?
Yeah.
Or like, was it Van Gogh when he went a bit crazy? No, there was some artist who went crazy, and as he deteriorated, his paintings deteriorated.
They all went crazy.
I look like the final painting. No, honestly, I probably am quite
There really
attractive.
is not a reason.
It's more that I have a job for a business that is not sexually related. You know, like I have a professional career. I have children. I have, you know, I guess if this was my job, then sure. But it's
only a part of our life. It's not our entire life.
And I also like the idea, you know, like what if I got really popular, for example? It's not going to happen, but just in case, I don't want to have to, it's kind of like Sia. You know how she used to keep her face covered? I don't want to have to walk down the street and be wondering if people are like, oh, is that just a snow bunny? I already worry about it, like with my tattoos. They're quite, like, memorable, I guess. And I'm probably just paranoid because, you know, chances are no one that follows me has ever seen me in public, but we don't know. So, yeah, I guess I kind of
let your autograph?
The anonymity. But, you know, I'm sure at some point I will start showing my face. I guess for a lot of it, I just wanted to see what happened as I started off, and if this was something that I wanted to continue with. And if it wasn't something I wanted to continue with, well, I didn't really want to put my face to it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm a brand. I'm a whole brand. I just
Whole damn
haven't
thing.
released the top half yet, so
We'll get there.
we will. One day. It might be soon. It might be... I don't know. Let's have a competition. Guess when I'm going to reveal my face? 2032.
Just a grandma bunny.
Just the snow nana. Is any more? Oh, just the snow Grammy.
You heard it here first. Nope, that is the last one.
Wow, that was actually more questions than I was expecting.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a nice variety of questions. It was good questions. Some of them got each of our point of view, which is nice. It was good.
Yeah.
Well thought out. Shout out to
waffled.
everybody that sent in their questions.
Yeah, I know. Thanks, guys. Like, I love that. I love that you guys give enough of a shit, really.
That's exactly it.
Because, yeah, like, as I said, I can be a really, really poor social media interactor. But time poor, very time poor. And it's not that I don't, appreciate
It's not the shit in
what
love,
you
yeah.
guys do. I probably don't love all of you, but I love 90% of you, you know? Is that it? Can I even say that?
She's
I've
just
said it
being
now.
honest. Yeah.
I'm always going to be honest. That's why people don't like me. I've shut down a few people in the DMs in no uncertain terms. I always try to make it funny, though. I try to keep it light and hilarious. You know?
And if they block you because
So be it.
of your awesomeness, then that's just what the fuck happens.
That's it. I'm not making apologies. I'm just explaining the process.
Take it, you dirty bitch. So that's another thing. Why is every woman a whore on Twitter to these guys? Okay? The amount of times that these people are writing on your page whore or hey whore or sup whore or, it's just like, bro, this is exactly why you don't get pussy. And I'm not mad. I'm just being observant, all right?
It's true. It's not pleasant to be called these things just because I like to express myself online. So I'm not really a slut or a whore. I just enjoy big black cock.
And also this whole, like, supremacy thing, it just doesn't work for us. Like, it's like reverse racism and it's bullshit and we don't want to deal with any of that bullshit. So,
Yeah.
take that shit out.
I don't find very uncomfortable when guys talk shit about white guys. It's like, what? My husband's white.
How can you
Please don't
hate
talk shit about
white guys but like white women? How does that work? Like selective racism, it doesn't really work for us.
So yeah, not great. But we take it all.
We get a good laugh out of it.
We take it all with a grain of salt. But yes,
We think
we
you're a
do laugh.
clown and then we move on. So we've just heard all of the questions from the listeners, from some of your followers actually, and I actually have a question that I wanted to ask you myself.
Moi?
Let's give the listeners something a little bit spicy this time. I have a question. I was going to ask you, what is not necessarily your favorite sexual experience / story, but maybe what is one that you really enjoyed that just, I don't know, maybe stands out to you off the top of your head? That was,
Obviously, anytime
spicy.
I have sex with my husband.
I don't blame you. I mean, I'm a fine-looking specimen. We don't show our faces, but, one day.
So now that I've got that out the way,
Now that she's lied to me and fucked my ego, she can tell you all the truth.
I think probably. I know.
Give it to me.
Probably. So I was in America. I've been there a couple of times. Obviously, when we met, when I went over there. But so I was in America, and I had been at a gig or a concert at a bar, and started talking to a photographer photographer that was there. He was, I think, Mexican. So we just started talking, and then I think weed was legal then, or medical, perhaps.
Yeah, medical, like hard stuff would have been.
But yeah, I'd had a few drinks. I wasn't too drunk, but he asked if I wanted to go down to the beach and smoke some weed. So I was like, yes.
I know you were.
And so we smoked some weed, and then I don't know, we just started kissing, and then I actually was staying at a hotel on that beach, pretty much. So took him back to the hotel, and my friend was there, passed out in the room on one of the beds, and I don't know, I think I went down on him in the shower, and then we started having relations on the bed. And
ooh, spicy.
That's not I'm just saying relations because, like, I don't even know what we were doing on the bed. I don't remember, but obviously we were probably naked. But yeah, I think actually we must have been having sex because the girl that was in the room with us came out of her drunken stupor and started yelling at us to go outside. So we did. So I had sex.
You were being too loud, weren't you?
Yes. So I had sex on a balcony overlooking the beach. I think it's San Diego, was it?
Wow, that's nice.
Overlooking the beach, and yeah, there were people like walking down below, and I was basically getting railed over a rail by some guy that I'd only just met. And yeah, and then he went on his merry way.
And she went on hers. Back to Australia.
So that was probably the weirdest, craziest, unexpected.
Yeah, that is a good answer to my question though. So that was a good spicy story.
Do you have a similar story?
I actually do have a story. So when I was 19, so literally 20 years ago, back when I was cool and young and cool.
You were never cool.
I was never cool. But you know what I mean. So we were at this beach, and we were out in the lake, and we were probably about, like, I don't know, maybe like 20, 30 feet into the lake.
Mm-hmm.
And literally she just sat on my lap, and we were fucking in the lake. And like the beach wasn't like crowded, but there were definitely people there. And I don't think anybody knew what was going on because it was like the little sneaky slide your swimsuit to the side, and you know.
So basically both our stories are about public sex.
Yeah. Yep. Mine was during the day.
Beach, both at the beach, because I was overlooking the beach.
Yeah, I was in the water at the beach. And yeah.
Son of a beach.
Son of a beach. So that's my little spicy story. It was a long time ago. Again, when I was cool. Not any time recent, because I'm not going to whip my dick out in public, because you know why? It's illegal. That's what I would tell 19-year-old self me. Put it the fuck away. It's illegal.
Good advice. Good advice.
Great advice. Keep your dick away at the beach, right? You don't need to charge.
I think most people listening would be like, no, we're not going to keep our dick away at the beach. You've just inspired us.
Do what we say, not what we do. Thanks for joining us on the Steele Rabbit Podcast, where we fearlessly delved into the intricate tapestries of adult intimacy and relationships. We hope our bold conversations have sparked curiosity, ignited passion, and perhaps even brought a smile to your face. Remember, in the realm of desire, nothing is off limits. Stay tuned for more unfiltered discussions, candid stories, and the exploration of the diverse landscapes of human connection. Until next time, keep the flames of passion burning and embrace the beauty of our own sensual journey. This is Johnny Steele, signing off from the Steele Rabbit Podcast.